Peace be with you. We are grateful indeed that you have come to spend this time with us, and we are so thankful to have the opportunity to travel again and to share our music and the message of the music that we bring here in this beautiful space. As we were driving on the bus today, we were getting close, and all of a sudden one of the students was looking out the window. I heard her say, "Oh my, that's a beautiful church," and the bus started to turn in, and she said, "We get to sing there?" And we kind of feel so thankful for those kinds of experiences this week. Those of you who may worship here or frequent here, you may forget what an incredible opportunity it is to be able to look up and see these ceilings and look behind you and see that window and to look before you and to see all of this beauty. And we hope that the music we make today may even add another dimension to that in its own way. The next piece on the program is the one from which the inspiration for all of the selections comes. This is an amazing and poignant and powerful poem by Langston Hughes. And in this piece by Missouri composer Susan LaBarre, you'll hear the sopranos and altos sing into its message, "Hold fast to dreams." As you listen to it and it repeats enough that it can kind of wash over you, I hope you'll take the inspiration of these words and see how maybe they help build a story from here as we take our journey through the rest of the program today. Hold Fast to Dreams with poetry by Langston Hughes.
that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are our grandmother's breast. We are our grandfather's dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. We are mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dust and the sons of great vision. We are sisters of mercy and brothers of love. We are lovers of life and the builders of nations. We are seekers of truth and keepers of faith. We are makers of peace and the wisdom of ages. We are our grandmother's breast, and we are our grandfather's dreams. We are the breath of our ancestors. We are the Spirit of God. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe and we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. We are
As we prepare to sing the next piece, I'd encourage you to take a look at the poem that you'll find in your program, in particular the way it's printed. You'll notice that none of the lines really begin in the beginning, they all kind of begin in the middle. And as you hear the poem and begin to understand its message, you'll see why that makes total sense and in its senselessness. As we've lived into the rhythm and spirit of this piece, it reminds us that we're never nowhere. We're always between. From the moment we're born till the end of time, we're always in the middle. And we're always pulled between being a son and a father, between being a brother and a child, between being older and younger, between our schedule and something that we should have been doing and that we have to yet do, and that we're always looking for that place. However, the grace of life is that love comes to us in the middle of all those things, whenever we least expect it even. And what a grace that is. I invite you to listen and look carefully at these words so that they may resonate in whatever way they're called to speak to you in this moment, in the middle of this time we spend together.
In the middle of a life that's as complicated as everyone else's, struggling for balance, struggling must learn again how to love. Between morning's quick coffee and evening's slow return, steam from a pot of soup rises, mixing with the yeasty smell of baking bread. Our bodies dry, and the big black dog pushes his great head between his tail a metronome, 3/4 We'll never get there. Time is always ahead of us, running down the beach, urging us on. Faster, faster. Sometimes we take off our watches. Sometimes we lie in the hammock, caught between the mesh of rope and the net of stars. Tangled up in running out of time, 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 running, 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 running.
We sing now a Hebrew prayer that's often upon the occasion of the Jewish New Year, a time, of course, that is between an old year and a new year, a time when new dreams are often cast. The translation, so that you may indeed more fully inhabit the prayer we'll offer. Our Father, our King, hear our prayer. Our Father, our King, we have sinned before thee. Our Father, our King, have mercy upon us and upon our children. Our Father, our King, keep far from our country pestilence, war, and famine. Our Father, our King, cause all hate and oppression to vanish from the earth. Our Father, our King, inscribe us for blessing in the book of life. Our Father, our King, grant unto us a year of happiness.
It is
earlier this year, we had the opportunity to welcome Stacy Gibbs to campus, and we got to sing some of his music, his amazing arrangements of spirituals, and what a great experience and encounter that was. We grew so much from our time with him. You heard earlier his setting of C. Babe, and now another one that's become a favorite of ours, I Don't Feel No Ways Tired. Hear the resilience and the hope that sounds through in this incredible testament of faith. I don't feel no ways tired.
Hallelujah, for I hope to If we can be the best of lovers and be the best of friends, if we can try with every day to make it better as it grows, with any luck then I suppose the music never ends. The music never ends.
At this point in the program, I get to teach a little bit of music history, and I'll bet it's going to be review for some of you. I'm certain that you've heard that Ludwig van Beethoven had the tragic experience of losing his hearing, which you can imagine is a challenge for anyone, but especially for someone whose passion, whose love, whose heart was on fire to make music in a way that certainly no one else ever had and no one else ever could. And as Beethoven was beginning to acknowledge this incredible and painful loss, he went to see some doctors, and one of the doctors suggested that maybe if he would go to this special town, this little village called Heiligenstadt, and if he would take a vacation there, that perhaps that would help. And so Beethoven went off to Heiligenstadt, and while he was there in the autumn one year, he started to write a letter to his family, to his brothers, a letter that was never sent and only discovered many, many years later after his death. And in that letter, which is now called by music historians the Heiligenstadt Testament, of course at the time it was an intimate letter to people whom he loved. In the letter, he wrote about how painful it was for him to lose his hearing. And in this poetic translation and reiteration of the letter, you'll hear Beethoven sung as a group soliloquy by the choir, with part of Beethoven coming through the piano part as well. You'll hear him say, "Take my feeling, take my sight, take my wings mid-flight, but let me hear, let me hear." And you'll hear that he almost gives up. But then, very gently, but resolutely, Beethoven says, "When lo, I feel a grace, and hear a ringing in me after all." And he acknowledged that even though he couldn't experience music in the way he'd come to know, that the music was still longing to come from his soul to ours. And for decades, Beethoven continued to write the music that we now treasure, including, can you believe it, the Ninth Symphony. And think about the joy that that piece in and of itself has brought to our world for these many centuries. As you listen to this piece, you're invited to empathize with Beethoven, but I think you're also encouraged to think about the places in your life where there may just be a little bit of hope, and that perhaps, friends, that can be enough for us to hold on to a lot of joy for a lot of others to be felt and experienced and heard. A Silence Haunts Me by Jake Runestad.
So I beg thee, take my life. Take my life.
We have been so grateful to have a healthy and safe tour so far. I can't tell you how my heart is beating so much more slowly than it was day by day as we see everyone coming back on the bus and happy and healthy. So I'm so grateful for these young people. I want to tell you a little bit about them. Our choir students come from all kinds of academic disciplines on campus. We delight at Nebraska Wesleyan that we believe every person should have an opportunity to make music, not those who have just decided to set their whole life to make music. And indeed, that's true here. How many of you, for example, are music majors in our choir? Yay! And how many are theater majors in the choir? And how many are science majors in the choir? And how many are something else majors in the choir? Right. So, and also the students come from all the different years of campus, and you'll see this is a wonderfully youthful ensemble. So how many of you have just graduated this week? Bravo! How many are 1 year away from graduating? And how many are sophomores this year? And first years. Yeah. So we have had such a joyful year to be able to sing together again after all the ways we stood on our head and put masks on them, even so, for the last several years. What a privilege this is. So we leave you now with this gospel arrangement of the Gloria by Andre Thomas. And then, if you like this one, we also have a benediction that we frequently sing after our programs that we'd be happy to sing to you as well. I can't tell you, as I look here, how beautiful it is to be here with you. And we've talked a lot this week that it doesn't matter how many people hear us. In fact, if no one were here, we need to sing. But we also know that each of you could have done a million other things today, a lot of them which would have been beautiful and good, and we are so privileged that you chose to spend this little bit of time with us, and we hope it's made a positive difference in the way you may take the next step in your life as you move from here. Thank you again, and blessings to you all.